What is going on, YouTube world? Today we have a brand new video, and the question is, which one of these budget devices from Motorola is the best for you? On the left we have the Moto G Stylus of 2024, and on the right we have the Moto G Power of 2025. Let's go ahead and get started. So on the left we have the Moto G Stylus of 24 at the price of $249. Now the regular MSRP is $399, but you can catch it on sale. And on the right here, the Moto G Power is at $299. Now you can pick up these devices from retailers like Best Buy and Amazon, but make sure you do some thorough research because sometimes one might have a higher price than the other one, and don't pay more for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. Now with Motorola here, they both have similar design language. It's pretty evident. The Motorola logo is in the center here, and then you have that dual camera setup. Now don't be fooled with the G Power. It looks like it has a third camera, but it doesn't. I think that's fake, personally. And then you have LED flash here. Now on the right is where they're similar. You got your power button, volume up and down keys. Now on the power, you're gonna have a fingerprint scanner that doubles as a power button. Okay, and on the bottom, you see similar. You got the Type-C charging, the grill for the speaker, headphone jack, and then on the stylus, you can see the difference of the stylus there. And then over here, you got your micro SD card slot for extendable storage. And both of these devices, as far as specs, have a 1080p display. It's 120 hertz. You're gonna have 8 gigs of RAM. The difference is gonna be the internal storage. The G Stylus has 256 and the G Power has 128. Also, what's gonna be different is the processor inside of the device. The Moto G Stylus of 24 is going to come equipped with the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, while the Moto G Power is going to have the MediaTek Dimensity 6300. Now both of these processors are pretty much budget processors, but I can tell you right now the performance is going to be absolutely better on the G Stylus. It's not even close. Both of these devices do feature a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. They both have wireless charging. They both have 30-watt wired charging. You have NFC as well, so you're not missing out too much when it comes to like those type of features. But one of the main differences here is the display. Now the Moto G Power features a 1080p display that is LCD, and it is 120 hertz, as I said earlier. And the Moto G Stylus features a 1080p display that's OLED. Now a lot of people would say that you don't really notice a difference, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, that's not true. If you put an OLED screen next to an LCD screen, you will definitely know the difference. Shoot, you can go to Best Buy or Micro Center and look at TVs on the wall, and you can tell the difference between what screen looks like. Like this one looks like that one looks like this. Screens have different technology, and they do look different from each other. Don't believe anyone when he says you can't notice a difference. Now, the only time that is actually a factor is if you have like a vision problem. So that, you know, that does make sense. Some other similarities is that each device is going to have dual speakers, and they both have Dolby Atmos. And if you guys hear walking around, my dog's in the room with me. He can't stay still. I think he's trying to smell something, as usual. Dogs being dogs. Another major difference is going to be the fact that the Moto G Stylus is going to have a 32 megapixel front-facing camera, while the Moto G Power is going to have a 16 megapixel front-facing camera. Also, the cameras on the rear here, you're going to have a 50 megapixel for both of the main sensors for each one of these devices, and a wide angle sensor. Now the wide angle is 13 on the G Stylus, and the wide angle is 8 on the G Power. So those are some of the differences are there. When you're using the cameras of each one of these devices here, as you guys can see, both have a wide angle and all that good stuff there. But when they go over to video, you get one resolution here. On the G Power for 25, it's 1080p 30 frames per second. You don't get the option to get 60, but when you have the G Stylus here, you can go 4K, you can go 1080p 60, 1080p 30, and if you flip around to the front, you can go 4K 30 and 1080p 30. Now when it comes to everyday performance, when you look at Geekbench on each one of these devices here, that's where you notice some of the major difference. Well, I shouldn't say major, but you do notice a difference. When you look at the single core score on the G Stylus here, you have a 940 and a 2744 multi-core versus 767 and 1900 on the Moto G Power. Now, that's not a significant difference to the point where it's like, yo, hold up, bro. how these phones are in the same category. No. I'm not saying it's like that much of a difference, but nonetheless, you do notice it when you're actually using this phone here. You definitely notice that one is a little bit more snappy than the other one. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, now when you go to a 2.2 benchmark, I'm gonna do that too. You can see the scores 558,000 on a 2.2 benchmark for the G Stylus and 359 on the Moto G Power of 2025. So yes, 100%. There's going to be a difference in performance between these devices here. But the reason I'm comparing them, and I want you guys to keep in mind, is because this one is $299 currently, and this one is $249. I just want people to make the best decision when it comes to purchasing a smartphone in today's time. Just because something came out last year does not mean it's not better than the phone that's coming out this year. Okay? Do not be fooled by that. When it comes to everyday tasks, jumping in and out of applications, when it comes to playing games on a device, you notice a difference there when it comes to doing that, because you will notice a difference between playing Genshin Impact on this phone and Genshin Impact on this phone. So the other thing too, I want to get back to the screens. So what I did here before I close out the video, guys, is wanted to show you from the same exact start point what the quality looks like on a OLED screen versus a LCD screen. Now I got this at max resolution at 60 frames per second. So I'm gonna play about 10 to 15 seconds of this here so you guys can see that. Obviously you see the camera there, but you see the quality is going to look a little bit better on here. That was more than 15 seconds. But let me go ahead and cut the brightness up on this one as well, to be fair. You see the jitteriness and like flipping it over. It's like a little laggy there. So that's pretty much both devices there. And that's like one of the things that I like to focus on when it comes to this channel here. Like I like all types of phones. I like budget, I like mid-range, I like flagship, but I'm not opposed to viewing anything or reviewing anything. I just want to make sure that if I am telling someone to go out there and make a purchase, that they're getting the best bang for the buck. You gotta ask yourself, just because one came out in 25 versus one coming out in 24, which one is better? Now Motorola wants you to buy the newer one, obviously, but if this one is still out there at the price of $249 or even $299, I think this is a better option here. So that's going to conclude the comparison here between these devices and why I think you should go ahead and get the Stylus versus the G Power. But if you guys want to see any other comparisons in the future, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.